Christina Koetsier. As you may know, I've recently launched a new series of world-class conversations about global initiatives for professional women. Together with Corinne Heijn and Dr. Donna Hamlin, we have discussed our 3 initiatives. Dr. Donna Hamlin's Board Bonafide Global Register, Corinne Heijn's Powerful United Success, and my Geo Women Index for the most influential businesswoman in the world. Please do enjoy, listen and learn.
Christine, I'm eager to hear where you stand with the Geo Women Index.
Thank you, thank you. The Geo Women Index is an initiative that is right from my heart. It is an initiative that, to me, brings all the efforts of ranking women around the world into a whole new level. The Geo Women Index is ranking the 100 top women per 10 industries in no matter what country, but I've started with the design of 5 business regions, in each of the business region, 5 countries. So that makes an index of 2,500 women. We hope to find 10 women per industry, per country. Now, what is crucial in the setup of the index is that we are not looking for the most powerful women, but we do look for the most influential women. And I find that so important, and I'm so happy that I have found technical people who can build software underneath my thoughts. And we can come up with real-time information of leading women, but leading women in the sense of how influential are they.
What criteria are you using for influential?
For example, it's not about the size of the company only, but it may be very important what is their role in society. You can measure that, for example, on the commitments that they have on other boards or not-for-profit organizations, things like that.
And is it in the business arena?
It's solely in the business arena. So where I stand with it is that I'm super excited that I'm the one who brings ranking to a whole new level. And we will build, many interesting spin-offs around the Geo Women Index, because there's so much to share and so much to educate and so much to inform others.
And what made you choose the 10 industries that you did?
The Geo Women Index has had a little sister. Now, several years ago, I started with ranking of the top 100 female leaders in 5 European countries. And we followed the industry codes of the stock exchanges, and we brought that down to 10 industries.
I see. Mm-hmm.
So there is an academic, thank you for the question, because this is super important to me. There is an academic angle under the whole philosophy.
And an easy way to track it with performance.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really interesting.
Yeah, and I feel super free also with the index, which is important to me. It's a global initiative, and we can make decisions of where to measure in which country what. And that is a very comfortable feeling, I must say. Yeah.
Is there an order, a sequential order for the countries? Or do you tackle them all at the same time?
Yeah, I intend to tackle them all in the same time. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm so excited with the sponsoring of software development beyond it and behind it. And even more excited that we have been able to define 70 fields that describe one person. So the broader you go, the more possibility you have to step away from power only, because I strongly believe that the world is not waiting anymore for power girls or boys, but people that really drive change. And in other words, my favorite one-liner about the Geo Women Index is, we want to know who is that female leader in that Chinese conglomerate that is not public. Because that was my first research, my first index was only based on public companies. And I felt there was a huge part of vital economic importance missing. I was excluding a very important part of our societies. So I'm very happy with where I stand with the Geo Women Index.
And this will be interesting because tracking the influence
Yeah.
or the impact of an individual over time is
Yeah.
likely to either grow or change, and then you've got succession
Yeah,
for a leader who may start something and somebody else who's in the pipeline to pick it up.
yes.
So you'll be tracking this over a long period of time?
Yeah, I hope to do
That
so.
would be fascinating.
Yeah, and that's why, you know, it takes a while to define all the parameters that you want for such an index, because you start with, I just want a different index than the two important index that we have in the UK and the US. That's what I want, you see. And then you grow into it, and then you realize, my goodness, is it really true? Can we do this real
And
time?
is it then all publicly available information?
So far as we know now, we will work with public information. Yeah. You know, the first index was tailor-made and handmade. It were just to academics that did the work. And now we will work with what I'm told, a spider technology. So an intelligent technology that lives on the web. And yeah, there are many sources for public information. And every expert I've been talking to around the Geo Women Index thinks that it will be sufficient to work with public information. But Corinne, think about it. Having interviews with these women, I mean, it's for me, it's heaven, you know, to have access and to get to know the women, to get soft information and hard
And to get
information,
their stories.
and to get their stories.
Mhm.
Absolutely, very valuable. So there will be a public part in the end, in terms of websites or whatsoever. And there will be information, non-disclosed information. And you can think of many things around that, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm already bubbling with ideas.
A fund-driven around that,
Yeah.
or
Well, imagine connecting the dots between that cadre of talent and the rising entrepreneurs that
Yeah.
you're working with.
absolutely.
So just imagine where the inspiration can go between those two.
Well, and also with your initiative, just imagine that we have the information of Board Bonafide
Sure.
and see
And
what is their
could well be.
success rate.
Could well be a source for the future for,
Yeah.
for that.
So it's overexciting. And how do I handle that? Is by just trying to get the things done and remember my original idea. That is super important to me. And the idea was to step away from power, have a decent ranking, and be honest to the world who are important as women in a country, in a certain country, in a certain industry.
The thing that's fun about an index too is you have 70 criteria that you're
Yeah.
using, but indexes get wiser over time, and so the criteria you use are likely to be additive or some swap outs.
Yeah, it's
It's going to be fun to watch.
all this we need to learn, and I'm very happy that I already surrounded myself with different types of experts. I drive the initiative. It's my initiative, and it will always stay my initiative. But I need a lot of intelligent people around me to make it as wise as possible, and to give as much to the world as we can around
we
this.
find that with our Board Bonafide Index, that as we move from country to country, we learn more about the patterns that are different,
Yeah.
and then the criteria that we're using in the
Yeah.
assessment. gets a little bit longer, but it gets smarter.
Yeah, yeah.
And so people may have started with 45 minutes to fill it out, and now it's taking an hour. That's all right, because the data is getting richer, and
Yeah.
the more robust it is, the more valuable it is.